We're not even talking shit. It's just like they were scared for their life, and then they win, and they're pretending like, oh, we're so good. No, they're scared for their life, and they know what's coming.
All right.
They know they're screwed. So good luck. You have 1 week.
And before starting this video, we have to quickly thank our sponsors in Oli for helping us provide you with all this content. And as always, please, if you are looking for some energy drinks and some tasty beverages, make sure to check out the Oli website for some really nice products and use the code SE5 at checkout for €5 discount or SE10 for 10% discount on any purchase that you do on the website. And once again, thank you so much to Oli for sponsoring this content. And now, please enjoy the interview. Well, so today was the last day of the playoffs second week, and I'm in the presence of Apples, the coach of Karmine Corp, after a 3-0 against Fnatic. And I mean, we saw your tweet as well. You were talking about how you would shit on Fnatic today. So I mean,
that was just the prep.
It must feel pretty good, especially, I guess, after the Heretics match. That was a bit more shaky yesterday as well, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think the difference is that Heretics is a team we never scrimmed. So all the info you have is the scouting, and they didn't play for like 3 weeks. So it's genuinely harder for us to play against Heretics as a team than it is Fnatic, who we scrim every day. So today the prep was just, guys, here is 4 ways they can get ahead. If they don't get ahead, you will be the better team in teamfights. And talking to Rhea, we just knew it comes down to drafts. So
yeah,
everyone was locked into that.
Yeah, and I know you were very vocal on Twitter as well, talking about how you felt responsible for the loss against KOI in the upper bracket as well. And we are seeing a very different face from KC now, much more stable, especially today. That was like a pretty clean. I mean, first of all, I mean, what do you even take from this best of 5 against Fnatic? Are there still things that you can learn from how you played? Like, I guess there were some micro mistakes we saw here and there still. And I mean, do you feel more proud, I guess, in yourself as well from how this match went?
I mean, the thing is, this week of scrims was not about what we can learn in game. It's about how we can just be the team that we are in scrims. So, sorry, I won't like really go in depth on what that is.
Yeah.
But just everyone needs to hold themselves accountable. So the main takeaway was just, if you think this is good or bad, say it. If you wanna do this, let's say bot lane needs to hear it and then say, yeah, you can do this, or no, then they will do this to us. So everyone needs to be on the same page. And usually scouting is just showing like good or bad habits. But this week it was mostly like, hey, they do this, so you can respond like this and do this. So then we can do this. If we can do X, you can do Y.
Yeah.
So I gave them examples of how we do things in response instead of just saying this is good, this is bad. So I think it helped the guys lock in for the match. So that's why I was so happy.
Yeah. And you talked about accountability and stuff like that as well. Has there been a, I guess, like mood or like overall like behavior, I guess, change as well in the way the team functions behind the stage? Because before playoffs, we heard a lot of confidence, obviously, from KC. There were some declarations, I guess, as well that were made. And we saw that the match against KOI, I mean, at least on a outside perspective, it could feel like a bit like a reality check, right? Like putting you back and like making you like look at yourself and be like, okay, we're maybe not like completely like over the entire league, and we have to like actually be more, I guess, respectful of other teams as well.
I mean, the thing is, like, yeah, there was one Yike article where he was like just being honest. It's like, yeah, we should win, which is true. We should. If you see the scrim results, obviously we should win.
Yeah.
That is not really being. If we were like other teams and we have like a 40% win record or 50, and we say, oh, we should win, yeah, we're just lying to the public, you know?
Yeah.
Like other teams do. But this is not what happened here. He was just being confident. And at least he said it before the match, you know? Even the thing I posted with my presentation, I wouldn't have posted it if it wasn't part of my scouting. Like, we don't talk shit after the games, unless, for example, like KOI did last time. So, and even Rhea is really aware of his job and all the experience Targa brings and Yike. It's like, we kept saying for 2 weeks straight that the trophy is not given to us. And we repeated it every day. So there was no extra cockiness coming in. It's just that the way we were winning scrims, the teams were just really bad. we haven't lost a scrim block.
Yeah.
So you weren't getting punished for like not being on dragons on time or going too deep on side lane. And then we come on stage and it's like, hey, KOI is not trying to play the game. They're gonna come to dragons and they're gonna try to teamfight you.
Yeah.
And we were just trying to actually play the game sometimes.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we just, it's not a mentality reality check. It's more about gameplay. Like, hey, this is how we win. Let's just do it. That's what we did.
Yeah, and something else I wanted to talk to you about as well is something more related to yourself as well, because you have been one of the main person that helped Vladi become what he is today, I guess. I remember last year, a lot of people were talking about how he had some issues in the laning phase, and you were one of the big person that was helping him in that aspect as well. So can you tell me more about how has it been like working with Vladi, and I guess training him into becoming what he is today, and maybe one of the best mid laner in the league, right? Even.
I'm just gonna say, I think sometimes he forgets that we got him out of the mud in natives, and he would be unemployed right now if it wasn't for us.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a pleasure to work with him most of the time, and I think most of the time there is the mutual respect where it's like, yeah, okay, Apples has a fair point, you know, I should listen to this. But sometimes he's also like, hey guys, I'm the challenger mid laner here, I know best. So it's a give and take. But the thing is, there's always something new to take away, you know, when it comes to laning phase, the vision, the voice comms, all of that. Yes, it was pretty easy to teach him because his mechanics were so insane. And it's not like I made him. I think the biggest thing I honestly did for him, like sure, voice comes, and then it's holding him accountable. But the biggest thing was just the in-houses.
Yeah.
Like I always, like, it's not like I favored him, but he was just always ready. He had the notifications on. He saw like a Chinese or Korean mid laner playing, and he instantly appeared. And if the lobby was bad, yeah, I'm gonna expose him. He was like, I'm not playing that, you know, I'd rather go solo queue.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, sure. But he was always there first for the good opponents, and I think that helped him more than like anything I really did for his laning phase.
Yeah.
So.
And so, something else I wanted to talk to you about as well was drafting in general for KC. Something that we found really interesting when we were watching like all the matches and stuff is that sometimes it feels like the players take like a bit more liberties. For example, I remember in Evry we saw like Kana counterpick himself with the Ambessa into the Warwick, right? And I wanted to ask, like, how much is it like with a team like this in like giving liberty to the players to do like kind of what they want, or also like in on the other side having to like structure everything and trying to like prepare certain drafts and stuff? Like, do you think it's still important to like have this right balance between both of them?
I think we have a great balance because let's say then Vladi and I are like, let's say if we play two teams, Vladi will do one team and I will do the other. In terms of scouting, then I talk to the players a bit individually, what should be the goals for the week. But the main people prepping the draft is Rhea and Targa. And we tell everyone else that if you want to have more say in the draft, come to us. We won't come to you, otherwise you just trust us.
Yeah.
So then one day before the match or two, on the day of the match even, depends, I come to Rhea and like, okay, give me the rundown so I can be involved. And then I try to really involve myself once the drafts are happening or we go deeper in the series. I try to come up with ideas or to make sure we don't forget anything. Like today, the Wukong, I was like, maybe Wukong, maybe. And Yark was like, oh, wow, Wukong is open. You know, or like, for example, Lucian in game 2, it's like, guys, let's just take the Lucian, you know. But that's not something I can prep in advance. So I just kind of help once the series starts. Targa, Rhea do most of the prep, most of the discussions. So I think we split the work well. And then during the series, of course, everyone says what they're looking for. Like yesterday, Kalist came into the room. I'm playing Senna game 3. And then we were discussing this or that. And I was like, Kalist, what do you want to play? Senna. Yeah, okay, guys, sorry, we're doing the Senna draft. Yeah. So.
Yeah. And I mean, how important do you think it is as well to like prepare a lot of strategies? And do you feel also that Karmine Corp has learned a lot of stuff, I guess, first of all, from like the two splits that have happened already in 2025 and firsthand? Yeah. Because, I mean, one thing I remember was Targamas saying in an interview that, like, for example, in the finals against HLE, you had like a perfect game 1 draft, you ended up winning it, and then you were kind of screwed and you didn't necessarily know what to do as much as like you did in game 1, right?
Yeah, but I wouldn't say it's a team thing or understanding. It was more just like we were limited in terms of gameplay or playstyles. That's why we were forcing Vi the whole split and Silas Akali. And like no one cares if people think this is bad or we don't know what we're doing. Now we can pick Y and we will win games, unless everyone is running down Yike.
Yeah.
But like we need to expand our playstyles and champion pools. And then we pick the Zoe and people are like, oh, but the Zoe wasn't the best here. It's like, yeah, so sorry, we will play the 50th game of Victor. Of course it's useless. So yeah, of course we learned a lot. We need to expand champion pools, practice playstyles. Otherwise, yeah, we will win one game, but okay, then we will lose 1-3. Like, sure, we won a Maokai game. Like, who cares? So
yeah. All right, we are running out of time a bit, but I want to ask you, obviously, you have your M-Core rematch now. I know this is probably a matchup that is very dear to your heart.
they will cry. They will cry.
They will cry?
They will cry.
I mean, yeah, we saw like Kalist, I think Kalist yesterday said in PGL that it was going to be 3-0 today. It ended up being 3-0, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, do you have any like hot takes, I guess, for next week then?
We're not even talking shit. It's just like they were scared for their life, and then they win, and they're pretending like, oh, we're so good. No, they're scared for their life, and they know what's coming.
All right.
They know they're screwed. So good luck. You have 1 week.
Yeah, and
Nice.
I mean, do you believe in the lower bracket run as well? Because I mean, you're going to be facing G2 if you end up winning, right? And it's going to be once more for the lower bracket. You did the same thing in winter as well. Or are you just going to sweep the league at this point then?
For G2, I don't know. They played really well. They also, like watching the Fnatic G2 series, I was like, yeah, guys, look, the same way we can say that Fnatic will try to punish us, they fall for the same mistakes. So watching the G2 games was pretty helpful. I think they're a good team. Caps is back in form, so I'm not gonna disrespect G2 at all. But KOI is getting cooked. So
All right. Well, Apples, thank you so much. Do you have anything you want to add to end the interview? Anything to the KC fans in general?
boys, about the drafts. Nah, I'm just joking. I appreciate all of the criticism and the support. Because at first, when you lose a series, you open your phone. Like I try to be involved with the community, you know. So then you see like bad messages like atting you, and you see like, oh wow, everyone is mad. But then 3 days later, you see tweets where it was like 3,000 people actually supporting you, and 100 guys who were really mad. And I want to include this part. I even messaged the guy who was really upset, and I was like, look, I want to talk because I know that people are really invested and they get very sad when we lose. So I'm genuinely sorry, and I see that you have a lot to say. What's the actual criticism? You know, like I had time, I was in the gym. We talked it out. He felt better. You know, I told him, okay, we're gonna win next week. Don't worry. So thank you for all the fans. We know you care a lot. We appreciate it. Every time we play, we remind the players that we're doing it for more people than just us and the team. And thanks to the sponsors.
Awesome. Well, Apis, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us today. I wish you the best of luck next week. And yeah, I mean, KOI will cry, as you said. So looking forward to it for now.
Yes, they will.
For now, I wish you some good rest and some good practice as well. And hopefully we'll get to talk to you again soon.